Welcome everybody to the Grim Report. Everybody doing okay? Good. Let's get to it. This is a rather short one, so I'm just gonna get on to it. An Australian tourist attempts to acquire an unique piece of Wellesley history, allegedly turned into a nightmare. Administrator at the Avenue Washer at the Abbey CWM Waihishimer, Heritage Trust in Wales says that they received an anonymous letter in the mail, which contained a small stone and a rather remarkable story, according to the author of the note. A self-described fan of Wellesley history, they had recently visited the famed 12th century abbey and snatched a rock from the site, which is a little more than ruins today. This purportedly proved to be an ill-advised decision. The letter written claims that users, as their luck, soon turned from the worst, leaving the person feeling as if they were being punished by the legendary Wellesley prince who is buried at the abbey. Although the author does not go into detail about the specific incidents, which were also troubling, they were apparently enough to prompt the thief to send the stone back to the abbey, along with a profound apology. The letter proclaimed the stone abbey were now displayed at the site, perhaps as a warning to any tourist who may have similar plans to take home a piece of the history. Like I said, this is rather a short one. Now, I do get stories that are, I do find stories that are rather short, like this one. I do this when I have a movie review to do, and I do have a movie to review. And this is called The Last Lovecraft. It was a B movie. I found it on Amazon. I'm an Amazon Prime member. And now, I thought of this because this has to do with the stone, and this was about a relic. Somewhat of a relic. So, the relic was kind of the shape of Cthulhu's skull. Or face. If you don't know H.P. Lovecraft, and please I'd advise you look it up. Cthulhu is one of his biggest things. Is the biggest thing. So, this was this about the last of the Lovecrafts. And this young guy, I guess he's like a artist of sorts. Well, not an artist. Well, yeah, an artist, but he did art for a company, not a comic book artist. He wanted to be a comic book artist. More on that later. What happens though is that he comes into possession of a stone, part of a key that will allow Cthulhu to escape. Now, if we know about Cthulhu, he wants to kill everything, destroy everybody, take over the world, whatnot. Well, it just gets a little goofier and strange because the very first part of the movie makes no sense. This dude gets killed and then the movie starts. It makes no sense. Of course, But it goes on a little bit further and there's some weird stuff that happens, and it's B-movie, but pretty much it had a pretty good budget. No known stars, but, had a pretty good budget. They spent a lot on the graphics, a lot on the things, like the costumes for the characters, the makeup, and whatnot. They spent a lot on that. they wind up meeting this guy, this captain who supposedly survived, and he's killed one of them before. The funniest part is that this captain has this dude who's half human, half beast, and they walk in there, they see him, he's in like a seawater swimming pool, and he's just sitting there, not speaking, bathed in this like a fish. And he feeds him fish food, for God's sake. He's a full-grown man. They feed him fish food. And they asked the guy, why didn't you kill him? You know, put it into his misery. He said, I thought I could make money off of a sideshow. It didn't work out so well because it turned out I had to have a permit for it. So, it's a comedy more than anything. But there are serious parts in it. But for Pete's sakes, the main head boss, the dude has one bullet left. He throws dynamite. The dude says it would have worked too if your dynamite wouldn't have done. So he pulls the fuse out. Oh yeah, spoilers as well. Pulls out the fuse and just throws it and drops it on the ground. And meanwhile, there's other dude throwing these dudes around, you know, kills the captain, whatever. And he runs out there, he has the gun, one bullet left, he shoots the dynamite. And the dynamite blows up and killing the guy. And I'm like, really? Well, guys, the last Lovecraft gets a 3 because the only thing that saves it from getting a 2 is that the comedy in it. What drops it down a notch is that it's supposed to be a homage to H.P. Lovecraft. There's gore in it, but the most entire thing's comedy. I've never read one of his books, but from what I understand from all the other video games and stuff like that, the games, the video, the books are all serious most of the time. But this thing was a joke. But that's what I got to say. It gets a 3 out of 10. Very well, not worth your time. But if you're an H.P. Lovecraft fan, go ahead, we'll watch it. It's fans only, from what I understand. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, there'll be another video tomorrow. Hopefully, I won't ramble on about a movie. But, in conclusion, a thief stole a stone from a abbey and returned it because it got bad luck. Very bad luck. It didn't go into detail, but from what I say, it was very bad. That's it. Good luck. Good night. God bless.